Um. Oh, I lost train of thought. 1 second. What else did we have? What else did we have to talk about? Andrew, you said you had something,
the question
right?
thing. The question
I
thing.
swear, if you don't leave this in, but you leave the fact that I had mic problems in, I'm going to rage.
Get ready, my friend. You're gonna rage.
And welcome to another episode of the Boards of Death podcast. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a long 2 weeks since last recorded. I know it stayed the same for everyone out there listening, but we haven't done this, it feels like, forever. How we doing?
How we doing, Ben?
Andrew, you're supposed to say something, Andrew. I can't be leading this conversation all the time.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm good. I am good.
Oh, dude, that's great, man. I'm glad to hear you're good. I'm also doing pretty good.
Off to a lovely start.
I got to catch sunset for the second night in a row tonight with my camera. Felt good. Haven't done it in a while.
Oh, here we go.
Cool invite.
Yeah.
Ooh, little golden hour, no invite. Come on now. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I was like 45 minutes from Ben, and I figured he was working, so
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, Ben, you want to go for a sunrise mission on Sunday?
Nope.
Well, there you go.
That sounds terrible.
What? You don't want to
sunrise? Ugh.
Oh, wait, you said sunrise. I didn't even hear the rise part.
No,
sunrise. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Wimps.
No, not what I'm.
No. I wake up early during the week. We don't wake up for sunrises. What is this, Florida? We didn't go to sleep. We're gonna go to the beach and sit down and watch the sunrise and take photos.
Don't sully sunrises with that name.
What?
It's talking shit about sunrises to involve Florida in it.
How many times have you done that in Florida? I feel like that was your go-to.
I could count on one hand.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been to the beach every sunrise for like 5 times. That damn bathtub beach, all the rocks and everything. It's like the photographer's go-to for sunrise in Stuart, Florida.
Yeah, it wasn't that. Yeah, it wasn't that for me. But we did the sunrise shoot for Prodigy that one time with you. I remember. And other than that, I think the only other times I've ever done that was when I was visiting, and that was maybe like 3 times.
Yeah.
All I know is that people used like sunrises in Florida as a personality trait. I'm really happy to be away from that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
All the selfies with their Starbucks, like, caught a sunrise.
Oh my
Feeling
God.
good today.
I hit the Jensen Beach Starbucks and I'm just chilling on the bathtub beach now, just enjoying these waves.
Hashtag blessed.
I really hope someone's listening to this while doing that. They're gonna walk right off the beach.
That sounds like a peaceful morning. Turn on a shit posting podcast, enjoying the calming sunrise
Absolutely.
On the beach.
Hell yeah. Well, Ben, I know your trip got cut short because of the hurricane, but I mean, it's coming out a couple weeks late. But how was Furnace Fest?
You want the PC answer or you want the honest answer?
I want the dirt.
Oh, we want honesty.
We want the dirt.
I was always taught to start my conversations with a little bit of positive, and end it with a little bit of positive. So I'll make a nice sandwich.
That sounds good.
But
there you go.
But the baker was pretty out of. God, this analogy is falling apart. The baker was out of ingredients, so it's a very thin cookie. No,
I thought it was a sandwich.
I mean, dude, like hanging out with my friends I haven't seen in a year is always a great time, and that's really the only reason I go. But the festival itself, oh my God! So all of the bands I was looking forward to seeing had technical issues at each set. Dallas Taylor hasn't played music or hasn't done a live performance in like 6 years. I mean, the first 4 songs, the mic wasn't even worked. I think like the 1/4-inch cable or whatever the cable is was all jacked up.
Of course.
So they were playing
that
like
sucks.
Dry the River, And I can't remember the whole set. Like, yeah, Dry the River, you couldn't hear him at all. And it was it was the whole crowd singing along. So it was interesting. I mean, Counterparts was amazing. Kublai Khan was amazing.
I saw a video of them live, and it sounded so sick. Even through cell phone quality, I was like, "Oof."
Of who? Kublai Khan?
Getting down. Yeah.
Yeah, that was rowdy. Dude, he was like doing call outs for the pit, and he was saying, turn someone into applesauce. Or and that was a call out. And he was saying stuff like, everyone in the pit, take your nuts, throw them over your shoulder, and get to work. And I was like, what is happening? Like, this is the best call out I've ever heard.
That's really original for shows like that. I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah,
30 nuts over your shoulder. I love it.
And I've converted Emily into the I don't know what kind of music you call it, the beat down music, because we saw
down hardcore.
Yeah, we were walking around the merch, and he was chilling at the merch table. She's like, "Can you take a picture of us?" I was like, yeah, of course." No, the bands that I really wanted to see were great. Even like Blindside, like it was nice seeing.
Wait, so the bands were good. It was just the festival that was shit.
The band, yeah. So the bands themselves, like Maylene, when they had all those issues, they were still putting on a show. The whole crowd was yelling, "Fix the mic!" like chanting, "Fix the mic!" And
imagine being the sound guy in that.
Yeah, even they knew that something was wrong. And the sound guy, I wish we had a visual podcast. And I don't care if this guy ends up listening. Looked like he was zooted out of his mind on the best weed ever. And he's just sitting there staring with this like drool dripping out of his mouth at the soundboard like, what's a soundboard? I've never done this before. That's like the whole face he was giving off. And I quickly went from like, this is the best time of my life, I'm finally seeing this again, it's been like 15 years, to I want to hurt someone, and I'm very mad.
That sucks.
Acacia Strain, it was whatever, any band that played after 6 p.m. for some reason, the sound was just terrible.
Huh.
That sucks.
So that man drinking beers all day?
Who? Oh, that dude. Yeah, man? Dude. I don't freaking know. Yeah, it was a time. I would say I enjoyed. I got the most out of it that I could. But I do not see myself going back.
That's such a bummer. That's such a bummer.
Yeah, that sucks to hear.
The novelty of the one, like the comeback of the Furnace Fest, kind of wore off, especially after all the issues this year.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I can see that. My timeline was filled with Furnace Fest. I knew so many people there, like of all different circles and stuff too. It was wild. Just made me even more envious of you and everyone there. But
well, you could have come.
No, I couldn't. Unfortunately,
Jesus Piece was fantastic.
I wanted to see them. That's probably my go-to hardcore right now. I listen to Jesus Piece. Andrew, how was you went to Alabama too? How was that?
I did. It was good. When we go, we don't do a lot because we're just mainly there to visit family. But it was a nice little break from the normal, and I don't know. It's always kind of a good thing, stepping away for a little bit to get perspective on things and stuff. So
especially someone who never leaves the house.
there you go. There's a world outside.
And it's Alabama.
Okay. No, but it was good. It was refreshing. And yeah. So, I mean, my week was pretty good. I'll tell you what wasn't good about this week and the week before that is the freaking merch store debacle.
Oh, yeah. That was the biggest fail that we've had so far.
That I'm still so mad. So we launched the merch store, obviously, and we did not front money to be handling all the stock, like printing a whole bunch of shirts and be shipping it out ourselves, because third-party fulfillment exists now. And for those who don't know, that basically is there's just a third party. You put your products up on the website, When people buy it, they take their cut, make it, ship it. We get profit if there is any.
It's pretty much the standard nowadays. That's what everyone does.
Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to work. But now, apparently, they changed their policy, and for every order that we were getting when we first launched it, it was charging the customers, and then it was charging me full price for everybody's orders. So, so I'm sitting in an Aldi parking lot in Asheville. I'm about to go in and get groceries. And congratulations, your first order. You just got your first order. I'm like, oh, sick. So I look.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, and I get a notification on through my bank app. It's like, oh, this much charged. I'm like, what? And it was like $59. So I look, and then I'm like, oh no. So I'm trying to go into the website on my phone and figure it out. Congratulations, your second order was just placed. I'm like, no.
It's so like, awesome. We're getting these orders, but shit.
Yeah. So obviously we shut it down almost immediately after we launched it. And I know there's people that have expressed frustration because they wanted stuff and they aren't able to get it. So I think it's good that we just go ahead and acknowledge the fact that we're working on a solution, and we'll have the merch store back up as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah. Keep an eye on the our Facebook and Instagram and stuff. We'll announce when it's back up. I think we're getting close to a solution. But the worst part is like one of those orders that we actually owed money for somehow. I was like, well, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works. So we don't want to charge you guys damn $60 for a hoodie and stuff out there. So
yeah, it's ridiculous.
We're going to figure it out. But
yeah. So.
Well, you know what? At least you didn't waste money on a VIP experience and not get your VIP items.
Wait, you bought a VIP pass?
You didn't get the VIP items?
I'm not that silly. Why would I spend extra money on dumb stuff? No. I'm a human being. I can stand in the sun for a minute. No.
What was it?
Okay, sorry. Remember that cookie thing I said?
Yes.
I didn't end on a positive note, so this is still going to... I'm just going to sprinkle tidbits of frustration and then end the podcast with a positive.
There's this frustration right now.
No, dude. I was looking on I was telling you guys when it happened. People were buying Furnace Fest VIPs, and it came with some sort of food. I didn't look too much into it, but some sort of food package, like drink refill, entrance to a like certain area, like early. The first day there was apparently like no food or no options for like vegan things, which is at this kind of thing a very
that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah,
I don't think Alabama knows what vegans are though.
There was only, I think, one place out of the entire place that you could get your refill for drinks.
Wow.
And nobody knew where it was.
Oh my God.
The VIP entrance, when we already saw like a band or two, and people were still filtering through the VIP entrance, where you're supposed to kind of get in early and get all your stuff going.
Yeah.
Apparently people were waiting an hour and a half to get in VIP. Let's see, what else?
Oh
There's a VIP area for that terrible stage that I told you guys about. That people, there's only one tiny little entrance and a very tiny area to the right of the stage, and VIP people couldn't get into the VIP. And it was also mixed with people with medical conditions. So that's like, if you couldn't stand for long, you had to take seats. There were chairs there, and people with actual medical conditions couldn't sit because the VIP people had like just taken it all over.
Wow.
And standing in front of everyone sitting. Let me tell you what, guys, this just sounded like a hot mess. Anyways, we'll get back to that in about 10 minutes and I'll come back with some more.
So I'm sorry. What was the positive cookie?
No, he's not done yet. We're gonna sprinkle.
This is a thick double C thick cookie. Yeah, ice cream cookie. We're in the meat and potatoes now.
He's gonna come back to it. He's gonna come back to it. When you hear the good thing, you'll know he's done.
Okay.
That's literally like, I mean, that's like a mini Fire Fest that somehow went on still. Like that's just ridiculous.
I will say, because we were originally planning the day I got back to record, and I was gonna do like we were gonna do like a whole segment on Furnace Fest,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad we didn't, because it would have been about an hour and a half episode, because I was fuming. And then you had the hurricane ruin the rest of the vacation, so I was just like,
oh, that's true.
I was ready to talk.
I hear you there, man. Shout out to everyone down in Florida, though. I know a few. What?
Shout out to my boys in the hurricane. Who says that?
Shout out to everyone in Florida that they made it through. What? How is that wrong?
It's not that it's not wrong. It's just not. Keep going. It just was such a weird.
Yo, shout out to all my people down in Florida. We haven't
all my dudes out there in their flippy floppies getting wet in the rain.
We haven't been on the air since or we haven't released episodes since the hurricane went through. I know a few people that are actually directly in the path that got out, luckily pretty easily. Yeah. No houses and stuff damaged and stuff. That was a pretty rough one. That was kind of unexpected too.
Yeah, the pictures that I was seeing of like Fort Myers and Port Charlotte and all that stuff. Some of those areas are never going to be the same again. They got hit so hard.
Yeah, it's wild. Crazy. It's wild. That's all that old Florida over there too. Them old houses and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Say all them old people.
Well, that too. Well, that's implied though. Come on now. We're talking about old Florida, old people. Come on. But no, yeah, that sucks. It ruined your trip down there and everything, Ben. I know Jade was down there, and she was basically locked in the house for like 3 days because everything was shut down because they didn't know what was going to storm. So
that sucks.
Yeah, that was a stinker for everyone. So I hope everyone's doing all right with that. What the hell was that? Andrew?
I'm okay. I'm alive.
No, y'all don't know this out there, but Andrew's recording out of his car tonight. This man's got like 30 guests in his house. It's the only quiet place. We're looking at a black screen with our reflection and his side mirror and everything. It's freaking hilarious. But somehow you sound better than usual, and your internet seems to do better.
I'm just sitting out here in my car, like, got the mobile set up. What's up, YouTube?
What's up, gamers?
It reminded me when you brought up Florida. Did you guys know? I forgot this existed. It's like my brain completely forgot. But in Fort Pierce, I didn't know this is a thing. There's a drive-through funeral home.
Wait, what?
Have you ever heard of drive-through funeral homes?
I didn't even know that was a thing. Period. Yeah.
I mean, I have not been there, but I know of what you speak.
There's one in Fort Pierce. I just recently found out. Well, I knew about it, but it's like I completely forgot that it existed, that it was a thing. And it's just this thing where you drive through, and there's a glass window that they can slide back, and you can just look at the
toss your grandma right out.
Toss it.
Hello, Grandma. Can I get a number 4?
You toss a coin in like a toll booth and just like fly through there. But it got me thinking about it because it's just something that's kind of, I get why it exists. It does kind of make sense, especially for like budget stuff. But it just got me thinking of these ridiculous scenarios when like if some guy that's just high as shit pulls through and just like, yeah, can I like get a Whopper, dudes? Or like, sir, this is a funeral home.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Can I get a cheeseburger?
My bad. So no on the Whopper, or like.
I do know in Fort Pierce is a drive-through liquor store.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's like right down the street. I mean, those are more common than usual, but it's such a weird concept, a drive-through liquor store.
Yeah, and I've never seen this place in person, so I know it's nothing so outlandish. You just drive up, there's a window, whatever. But I started imagining this. What if it was like set up in an old bank? And they have the tubes, and you just like
I'd like to make flowers. A deposit, please.
You put the flowers in the tube and just goes thump and just shoots up. It's kind of dark to be laughing about it, but the concept of it was so funny to me.
Can you imagine pulling up and they send an urn through the damn thing and there's grandma's ashes? Like, thank you.
Yeah, we're here to pick up grandma now. And
they come back on her. Thank you. Have a great day. That's so funny.
Thank you. Come again.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
I got a good laugh out of that. I'm sorry, anyone who's had to use that. No, it actually kind of. I think it was handy during the pandemic because you couldn't have in-person funerals and stuff like that.
Did it get started then, or was it going before?
No, it was going before it. But
okay.
But that's when I learned that it was a thing, is because that's what people were having to utilize in order to pay respects to loved ones.
Yeah,
because you couldn't meet up in person. But.
Oh Jesus! I know your dad. It wasn't the one your dad worked at, was it?
No.
Man, your dad working at a funeral home was scary.
Yeah, it was. I think this was the same place. It was like a budget funeral home, so you would go in, and if you did go in, it was just a small communal room, and they would have multiple showings at the same time in one room. And you go in there, and there's like 5 caskets, and there's people in there, and there's showings, and it's like, oh yeah, who are you here to see? It's kind of like your bride or groom, like it's like that kind of situation.
What?
Yeah, like multiple showings in one room.
Oh my god!
It's kind of a weird, dark concept, but it's like it's cheaper, and some people can't afford a full-fledged funeral. Coffins are really expensive, so it's
understandable there. But Jesus,
but it's still kind of weird to think about, and yeah, I don't know. I got kind of a weird, good laugh out of it, and then immediate shame for laughing at it. So, yeah.
Jesus, that kind of the question of the week last week. We did a lot of overrated, underrated topics and stuff. Like, what do you find overrated, underrated? Fort Pierce on the overrated or underrated? I
thought you were gonna say drive-through funeral homes, underrated.
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 But the more I think about it, especially after this scenario, Fort Pierce underrated when it comes to South Florida.
What?
Yeah, dude, Dale's.
It's better than Port St. Lucie.
Dale's is trash.
Whoa!
How dare you? Now listen. Well, yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. If we're talking like full-fledged
Dale's barbecue,
brisket, and everything like that, obviously, I'm going somewhere else. But if you want a good pit smoked pork, just plain sandwich with good quality sauce.
Oh, that's sweet sauce? Come on.
The only reason you ever go to Dale's is because you're stuck in Fort Pierce.
Oh my god.
You don't have another option.
All right. Is this a Dale's and Moonswiners argument, or altogether you hate it all?
I don't hate it. I just said it's trash.
No.
You're trash, kid.
Yeah, trash.
You're trash.
Oh man, come on.
No, it's not bad. If I'm down south, like I'll eat it, I guess.
Are you going to Sonny's over Dale's?
No, I'm going to Moe's Barbecue. I'm going to some southern. No, actually, take away the name. I'm going to the dude who's been chilling out with his smoker on the side of the road in Sanford, and I'm going to be like, "Hey, bud, here's $8 for a full platter of meat I cannot eat all of."
Well, that's not.
Yeah, no,
that's not. No, Fort Pierce.
Okay, I said the only reason you're going to Dale's is if you're stuck in Fort Pierce. You said underrated, overrated.
I will let this gross act of blasphemy slide for now.
I too was once stuck in Florida.
Whatever.
So continue this theory on how Fort Pierce is underrated.
That's
sorry.
As in
Jesus!
In the area we grew up in.
We're leaving that in this. What?
You said to leave everything. Yeah, we're leaving that in. This is Andrew tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Oh, God.
This was also Andrew 2 hours ago.
I want pizza. Give me pizza.
Oh god!
Just using any chance we can to throw some noises in there.
Y'all said I was under the amount of times I had to play it, so I had to bump those numbers up.
All right, yeah, rookie numbers. Let's go. All right, Fort Pierce. You got Dales. What else?
Great beaches, underrated beaches.
Beaches.
I know y'all don't go to the beach, North Jetty and everything like that. Great beach.
It is.
Compared to Jensen Beach, Stewart Beach, everything like that. Best beach. And I'm comparing this to the area we lived in. Fort Pierce.
Okay, I was gonna say you need to set some stipulations because literally drive a half hour north to Vero and like a little bit further past that, beaches are 10 times better.
No.
The entire west coast of Florida, better beaches.
Well, that's not the area we lived in.
Again, set the expectation.
I said Treasure Coast.
Overrated, underrated.
I said the Treasure
beaches
Coast.
And Dale's barbecue.
I said the Treasure Coast.
No.
Come on, the highlight track. Go bet on some horse racing and stuff.
Maybe my brain just filtered out when you said hometown, and I was like, "What?"
Ben is trying his hardest to forget all of that, and you're just bringing it up, and he's very triggered.
You lived
right
in Florida. Whatever. Y'all want to read some of these people said? Some of them are kind of funny.
Yeah.
Of course, Florida. They just said Florida. What do you think they mean? Underrated or overrated?
I think it's a dumb answer. They didn't answer the correct question, and I want them to go back and rethink their lives.
This one said your mom.
Your mom.
Your mom.
Again, your mom. It doesn't make sense. Is it overrated or underrated? It needs a hyphen and then your answer.
All right, here you go.
Try again.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019, underrated. How are y'all stand on the MonsterVerse?
The only ones I've seen are the Godzilla movies, and those were good. I didn't want to watch Mummy because it got terrible reviews, and
Mummy's not a part of that.
Technically, the Mummy is part of the MonsterVerse. What you're talking about is kaijus and stuff. It's
But
get the internet, dude.
They call it the MonsterVerse, the one with the Godzilla movies now, because the other one failed.
Oh, I don't know. Well, that's where my head goes anyway. No, I think the new Godzilla movies are fun.
Okay, yes, the MonsterVerse is the kaiju stuff.
Oh.
And then the other stuff is
one for Taylor.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Jamal.
Thanks.
So the reason we're getting confused is because it was called like the Dark Universe of Monsters.
Like, that's right.
Dark. Okay.
Yeah, the Dark.
Okay.
But they were the Universal
monsters. Yeah. I could see why you get that.
Godzilla 2019, overrated. I'm sorry, Millie Bobby Brown, trash actor. I don't want to see her. I want to see a big lizard stomping on things. Okay, Mechagodzilla, great addition. But the fact that King Kong and Godzilla just kind of go womp womp on Mechagodzilla, I was like, all right, dude.
All right, dude.
King Kong's a part of a bunch of other monkeys. Like the story was trash, but like the monster fights,
they're just fun. Yeah, they're just fun.
That's how I feel.
You know what I call it? Mid.
Millie Bobby Brown's trash actor to you? That's harsh.
Millie Bobby Brown underrated to Ben. Damn.
No, not underrated, overrated. Dude. Do you even know how
overrated.
This works?
Sorry, overrated. I'm sorry.
What segment are you trying to do?
Apparently the opposite.
Opposite day. Millie Bobby Brown, I have one thing. Just go watch Stranger Things. She's honestly, the only reason everyone likes her is because she screams and things happen.
Yeah, she plays a role.
Dude,
she plays a role where she can be like bad at talking and everything. So like you can be a bad actor and actress.
Yes, but that's
Mike,
true.
Love. Dope. Oscars.
Yeah, sick season 1 reference there, Ben. Get with the program. There's been 3 others since then. Jesus.
Have you seen the season 4 when she's in school and she still doesn't know how to talk to people? Dude, some god-dang character development would be great.
No. Dialogue is one thing. She has had some great emotional scenes.
Oh, you gotta get rid of that.
You scream, which is an emotion.
No, not screaming, you botard. That's using powers. I'm talking about her.
Botard.
her emotional scenes involving Hopper and stuff like that. She can have a good scene, good acting like that.
You are like Papa.
I will say. Oh God,
Jesus!
My way. Yeah, no. And then, go ahead.
I will say I've only seen her like in 3 things: Stranger Things, King of Monsters, and did you ever watch that in the
Enola Holmes?
Enola Holmes?
Yeah, that was going to be my next comment.
Boring. I don't understand
Yes.
what the hype around that damn
I only
movie
watched
was.
it for Henry Cavill.
That's
the only hype you need.
Same. Henry Cavill was Sherlock Holmes? Hell yeah. But then you find out he's on the screen for like 5 minutes, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
And then
They team up in the sequel, apparently.
I'm ready to get all the hate. I don't care. I will die on this hill.
I'm with you there.
Millie Bobby Brown, overrated.
I got to see her on one more thing before I get to that point.
All right, next one.
Someone said marriage overrated. Y'all the married boys.
Damn. Depends on your marriage, honestly.
Yeah,
it just depends on your marriage.
What's like if you hold marriage to this like high bar and put it on a pedestal? Yeah, I could see that. Like that whole marriage thing is overrated. But like the partnership deal,
yeah,
actually having a real companion, underrated.
I really didn't care about marriage, the act of being married, for a while there until a couple years ago, and it was always just like I don't need a paper that says I'm a married person. You know, I'm with my partner that I love and everything. That's all I need. Yeah. But you know, obviously you get older, things change and stuff like that. You know, might as well put a ring.
Yeah, I mean that's a valid way to look at it, and that's the way that I always hear people who are against marriage, or not, maybe not against, but just don't care about marriage. That's the argument I always hear, which makes sense. But I guess there's also another way of looking at it, to where the act of marriage, it's a physical action that represents commitment. And
he's talking about sex.
You like sex?
Followed by the giggles.
Yeah, so I mean, I could see why some people would think it's overrated, but it just depends on the relationship, and it depends on the person too. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, and I'm glad Hallmark Channel's kind of dying off, but that whole Hallmark bullshit, overrated. Like that false, like, oh, I just want, I don't know. If that's you, dude, hands down, if it make it work, go ahead. But for me, all that stuff's overrated.
I hear you there.
I told you how we decided to get married, right?
It wasn't like at a bar at 3 in the morning.
No, it wasn't at a bar.
No, none of our listeners know.
Well, good. We're gonna keep it that way. Next one.
Oh, wow, what a tease!
Wow,
ooh, a teasy morsels
coming at you on a private episode for our Patreon listeners. How Ben got married?
No, we had to do a photo shoot for like a wedding photo shoot. We kind of joked with each other and went, "Hey, what if we actually just signed the paperwork and did it for real?"
I know.
And we decided that it was at 1 a.m.
Oh,
in a cookout drive-through.
That's right.
Something about them milkshakes.
Talk about true love. Oh, man.
Honestly, I wish that could happen for Jade and I, because we're like sweating it out trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do next year.
I remember you texting us, be like, "Hey, just so you guys know, so you don't see it on social media first, we're getting married tomorrow." I'm like, what?
No, it was a few days in advance.
Yeah, it was a few days in advance, but I remember I was in Florida. I was like, I want to go.
Oh yeah, it was before you moved.
That's the only regret I had, was like not being able to have like a gathering and a party for all my friends, because I have like about 20 people. I'd be like, I'd really like to have a little soiree. But anyways, enough about me. Next thing for me to roast.
Drake is overrated.
Yes.
Agreed.
Next.
Yes.
All right, next.
No explanation needed.
All right, here's one for you, Ben. Overrated bar hopping.
Overrated? Oh, of course.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I guess you like to just find a watering hole and chill out, don't you?
I mean, honestly, I like to come home and go to sleep.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah, the excitement of adulthood was a very blast of like about a year, and that was it. No, bar hopping is overrated. I think it's cool if you're visiting a new town or you got a bunch of friends that are also into it. But
I have nothing
moderation
to add here.
Like the thought of getting like blackout drunk by 3 p.m.
Oh, that's
or like
never.
trash. See, I'm always, if I'm doing that, I'm having a beer maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm typically the DD, so I don't really like. I like going to those places and hanging out.
I've only done that like 5 times in my life, and 2 times was when I was in New York City. And it's like, we got to do it. Like, the city's alive at 3 a.m. So jumping around and everything.
Yeah, there's a romance to like a new city and new, like, that whole ideal.
Yeah.
At least to me, like, that's what I grew up like. Oh yeah, you got to go out on the town, but it's not like I want to remember it. I want to enjoy it and not come home and be trashed the next day. So yeah, overrated.
Okay. Last one from our listeners here, but then maybe if y'all got a few we can discuss. Coca-Cola, someone said is overrated, and I wanted to slap them because
it is because Pepsi's better.
Oh my god!
You son of a bitch!
Oh my god! Absolutely not. Now,
Bebis.
I will say something.
I like some of their other products better than some of Coke's like equivalent products.
Oh,
but
like
as far as
Mountain
colas
Dew,
go, as far as colas go, Coke is superior between those two.
I will say though, it's kind of weird. Like ever since I got COVID, I've always thought I've kind of like the lost of taste for Coca-Cola, and then I randomly came across a Facebook post talking about how people got COVID and stopped liking Coke and everything because like it just tastes weird. I'm like, is that a
weird
thing? That apparently is a thing, and I don't understand. That's so weird. But
ever since I got COVID, certain things will taste soapy to me.
Oh man, have you eaten like cilantro like on a taco or anything recently?
I have, and it didn't taste like that for me. I know some people will have that when they eat cilantro. No, for me it's weird things. Like if I drink just straight water, it tastes like I have dish soap in it.
Sounds like you need to get your dishwasher checked.
Did you properly rinse and dry your glassware?
No. I mean, it's like if I get some from the gas station or something like that. Like it's all types, and it's only.
Are you drinking?
It's not like a crazy taste. Yeah, that's what it is.
Y'all got any overrated, underrated y'all passionate about?
Call back to episode 2. Air fryers.
No, Jesus Christ. Mine's about to actually die, so I might be there with you.
And I'm going to tell you the same thing I told these people. You don't just say a word. The option is overrated or underrated. You don't just say air fryer. Like, what does that mean? Well, is it overrated or underrated?
Listeners know. And if they don't, go back and check it out. No, but what's actually funny is the other day I was very heavily considering buying an air fryer because it was a dual tray one. It was a big one.
You could do multiple pizza rolls.
And it was like 60% off at $60.
Mine's freaking.
But I didn't.
I have to unplug mine. It's like on a short out. It seems like it's just acting weird. I got one that I loathe. Ranch dressing, highly overrated. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
That's right. I forgot that you have a vendetta against ranch.
I'm like the only fat guy in the world that hates ranch.
I like it with some things. But I definitely would say that it is overrated, though. I don't understand when people drench pizza in it. They dip pizza in ranch. That grosses me out.
I just want to throw up. I had a meeting the other day with my boss, and he took a slice of pizza and dumped ranch on it, and then started eating it with a fork and knife. What the hell? I'm looking at him like, I work for you.
You good, dude?
Immediately left the room.
Oh my god!
You know what? I quit.
So throw it all away. Can't work under these conditions.
What do you think about ranch, Ben?
It's aight.
It's aight.
I don't need it on everything. I think the whole fad of throwing dill in your ranch is overrated.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
That's everywhere here. Sometimes it's done all right in moderation, but people get really dill heavy, and I absolutely hate dill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, tastes like friggin' wet grass.
It sounds like a weird Southern insult.
You wet dill?
You dill heavy botard.
The South overrated.
The South.
What?
Just as a whole.
Yeah, just the entire
whoa. It's a
The
little
entire lower right of the country is just overrated.
What's the best
No,
stories
people-
come out?
people needing ranch on stuff, like just to enjoy something. You just grab a straw and throw it in a ranch bottle. That's all you want.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh
Get some
man,
help.
kind of on the same boat. I'm gonna call him out. I don't care. My stepdad. I used to cook like I used to cook fish and stuff like that, like blackened fish, like really good quality, good stuff. Blackened fish sandwich. And every goddamn time I did that, that man would squirt a half a bottle of fucking ketchup on his sandwich, and I'm just looking at him like, I just put so much time and effort into this. Why did you do this to me?
I was about to ask if you took that personally.
Oh, big time.
I would.
Absolutely.
Also, I apologize if you're hearing me come through because oh boy, a sinus headache is killing me right now. Anyways,
I thought you had
this is an
something.
awkward transit. No, I just
Back to
I realized
Furnace
I thought I had muted myself. No, sauces in general overrated. Dry rubs and spices, that's the way to go.
Oh no!
Don't talk to me. Stop.
Why not both?
You've been trained as a child because you probably like ketchup too, don't you? Wet tomato paste all over your stuff. No,
do you know who you're talking to?
Here.
Do we have to go back to
IPAs,
Glizzy talk?
Overrated, dude. All right,
I give
League
you
of
that.
Legends, overrated. All right,
give you that.
It's
How do
just
we jump
aggro.
from ketchup to League of Legends?
He's on a rant. Leave him alone.
I'm on a tangent, Andrew.
Ketchup overrated. We've had that discussion.
Taking your food, what do you call them? when you take a fully put together meal and then put it in tiny separate pieces.
Oh, for like takeout.
You know what I mean? No. Like if I ordered tartare.
What do they call it?
A la carte.
No,
not a la carte. It's a fancy dining term.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, it's like a Japanese term.
It's like, hi, I heard you ordered scrambled eggs, so we put the white egg yolk by itself. Deconstructed. Oh, deconstructed? Overrated. Overrated, dude. Who wants that? Put all the flavors in my mouth now.
A bento box.
No, bento boxes are good.
Okay, good. I like them too. Summertime.
Yeah, let's see.
It always makes me think of that episode of Parks and Rec where they go to the new futuristic bar and it's all deconstructed form. It's like new ways of consuming liquor, and it's a cloud of whiskey that you just inhale.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
And one's like vodka in the form of a strobe light. You just put it in front of your eyes and let it flash, and it's like drinking vodka.
I thought it was a camera or something like it, just like a big bright.
It
flash.
could be, yeah.
Oh,
that
man.
episode went. Yeah, Ron asks for like a whiskey, and it was nothing. And he's like, give him this back.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Speaking of bacon and eggs, underrated. All right, leave all the fancy food aside. I don't want that stuff. I want bacon and eggs, maybe a piece of toast.
Right. Bacon, eggs, toast.
That's underrated.
Coffee, OJ.
The
all I need.
simple things.
All I need.
The simple things. Black coffee done well, underrated. The Starbucks frou-frou stuff and the frappes, all that crap, overrated. Get it out.
I'll give you
I don't
that.
want it.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I love how just passively angry Ben is at all this.
We struck a nerve.
What's that game?
Keep
What's
them
that game?
coming.
Apples for apples and Cards Against
Apples to
Humanity.
apples.
Overrated.
Whoa,
Overrated, dude.
whoa,
We've
what?
all played those. Oh, you shut your mouth. We've all played that game more than 5 times, and we've seen every card. Okay, it's not funny anymore.
They keep coming
Stop
with
it.
them. Honestly, I haven't played in
Okay.
like 5 years. I don't know.
Oh, exactly. You got there for the high, and that's all you did.
True.
You wonder what I do every social gathering when I'm just chilling
Yeah,
with my
Taylor
friends?
likes getting high.
Somebody whips out Cards for Against
Amen.
Humanity, and I'm like, oh God, take me out back and shoot me. I'm done. Don't want it. Don't want it. Marvel Cinematic Universe, overrated. All right?
Now.
Up. This is called the transition.
Post
Because I just
Endgame.
watched the last episode. No. Ew. No. Oh, boy. All right. I'm going to step back from the mic a little bit.
Where are you going?
Post
I'm
Endgame?
very
I'm
confused
sorry.
right now.
Tony Stark, overrated. Okay? Captain America,
Wait, hold on.
underrated.
No, hold on.
Done wrong.
Tony Stark MCU, Tony Stark comic book. Both?
MCU. No.
MCU.
Tony Stark comic books, there's a little bit more fleshed out, but Tony Stark MCU, they really rode that Robert Downey Jr. train, and I'm not saying he was bad. I think he did a great job. I loved his portrayal. but the hype around it and everything, I was like, why? He's kind of a dirtbag dude.
Yeah, they did. They did use him a little too much.
Yeah, but MCU in itself is just overrated because it's causing a problem now to where the average Joe knows all about Marvel, and they're the beard necks or the neck beards on the internet that are trolling.
Yes.
So MCU has caused an internal issue with all the nerds who grew up and actually appreciate the stuff. It's a whole dichotomy.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Enjoyable, yes. Overrated, yes. Underrated.
I'll concede that.
Is but honestly, I think I just did a whole bunch of overrated stuff. Did I say any underrated? Black coffee and bacon and eggs.
Yeah, and Captain America.
Can I get a bacon egg?
Bacon and egg?
I'll give you an underrated. Mission Impossible franchise is underrated in my opinion. Those are fun movies. I don't care what y'all say.
I haven't seen one since the first one.
I feel like I've seen the first one. I've seen them all.
No, they get better and crazier, and Tom Cruise gets more and more freaky.
Huh? I wonder what happens. Does Tom Cruise do his own stunts?
Yes, he does.
Is there an international problem?
Yes,
led by one man,
and he gets blamed like 3 times as a.
Stop ruining my segment. I was going to say that.
No, I'm ruining your segment. It's trying to bash my segment. Thank you.
Each movie's the same thing.
Yeah, but they're freaking fun.
Tom Cruise hasn't aged, and Simon Pegg is an old man now.
Henry Cavill with a mustache, ramping up his arms to fight fucking Tom Cruise.
Loading his arms?
Yeah, pop, pop, pop. It's good shit.
Well, it was only 1-2, but
it's good shit. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I don't care what you say. Simon Pegg, come on.
I didn't say it's
underrated.
Not fun. Overrated does not mean not fun. It just means it's.
I say it's underrated. I'm sorry, I get fucking confused. Because all the franchises out there, it's like never even mentioned as like someone's favorite franchise.
Yeah. It's like
it does get money.
Ever hear it?
Yeah.
You don't ever hear it mentioned in the same breath as MCU or
Fast
Furious
and Furious, it shouldn't be up there. It should definitely be higher than the fucking Fast and Furious franchise.
Holy crap! Yeah. I'm about to say I have 5 responses to what you just said. It's never mentioned overrated. Along the likes of Fast and Furious. Who enjoys Fast and Furious anymore? And what was the second one you just said?
MCU. I'm just talking about I'm just talking popularity wise.
Because people's favorite things tell a story. Mission Impossible is a rinse and repeat cycle with bigger explosions. It's the same thing, and I'm sorry, I like them, but 007, it's a spy.
There's not overarching stuff really,
and shooting stuff.
But what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with it, but people it was to the comment he just made. Like you don't hear those being people's favorite things.
Just about hearing that franchise mentioned in the same breaths as some of these other big blockbuster franchises, which that still is pretty much a blockbuster franchise, but I feel like it's not to the same degree these days, at least.
Oh, it's yeah. Each movie's making $500 million easily. They're not saying they're under they don't get the praise. People don't watch them and stuff.
Yeah.
They're just. Yeah. I enjoy them. They're it's probably like my 5th favorite franchise out there.
5th favorite? That's very specific.
Yeah, well, you got MCU, you got Star Wars, you got Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and then Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
God dang, dude.
What?
Stop being such a beta.
Why?
Wow.
Am I not allowed to like things I like?
My top 4 favorite franchises are like the biggest grossing movies, dude.
Yeah, because there's a reason why. I wish I could say Terminator, but they suck.
Ben just wants to be a hipster for the rest of his life.
Apparently.
I just want some originality on this podcast, man.
What's your top 5? Let's hear it.
What's your top 5?
Top 5
if
favorite
you do the freaking Dave Chappelle bit again.
Top 5 favorite franchises. Dialogue, and freaking dialogue. No, top 5 favorite franchises. Lord of the Rings, definitely. Warhammer, 40K specifically. Horus Heresy, actually, that kind of blends.
Wait,
so we're not even talking movie franchises.
I'm talking movie franchises here.
Set the frickin' expectation. You said franchise.
What are you?
A franchise.
It's called context. We were talking movies. Context.
Why would I
Context?
Why would I
franchise is a
compare
type
Mission
of license
Impossible
that
to the
grants
Call
a
of Duty?
franchisee access to a franchiser's proprietary business knowledge, processes, and trademarks, thus allowing the franchisee to sell a product or service under the franchisor's business name.
This man just looked up the definition of franchise.
He's going to open up a McDonald's or down the street.
I'm sorry. There are Warhammer movies. There are Warhammer animations. All right? Shut your mouth.
Oh, my God.
All right. If we're going with top 5 franchises, then I don't care anymore.
It's gonna be a lot of beta franchises in there. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars.
No, Star Wars isn't my favorite franchise anymore. Lord of the Rings, Pixar. Honestly, it's a lot of cartoons, like Clone Wars franchise. It's not its own franchise because it is a Star Wars. So I don't like Star Wars, but I like a lot of series in it. MCU is not my favorite, but I will watch it. Honestly, the Netflix franchise, the Netflix Marvel, that still holds up.
I guess you could.
And also, there's not really a lot of franchises left out there that Disney doesn't own. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to, like, pick a franchise.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
No. God.
Hell yeah, dude.
Shrek franchise.
Beverly Hills Cop. Anything Gordon Ramsay's attached to. Oh, Jesus.
Overrated, underrated? Gordon Ramsay. Dude. At this point, overrated.
He's gotten a little old. I'm tired of him on every fucking thing. I used to be a Gordon Ramsay stan.
He's a great dude. No, I still thoroughly enjoy him.
Yeah.
But the pumping out of content, it's like, oh, watch me go to Sweden and cook their
Watch
food.
me make cocaine. Have you seen that?
Yes. Yes.
They're throwing that man in everything.
He just knows how to market himself into other territories.
Yeah.
It's like he's good enough at cooking. He can just throw himself into anything else that might remotely involve food.
Yeah.
And
What's
he's got an empire.
That Bo Burnham song, The Content.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy
Here I made you some content.
Yeah. He's a genius. He knows that's pretty much all people want.
Kitchen Nightmares is probably like my comfort show. It's always my show I put on in the background, but it's so hard watching it now because it's like 20 years old and everything on the show is so outdated. When he's talking about everything that they do is outdated. It's starting to be hard to watch, but yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
Now, was it Top Chef Junior or
I never watched those.
Whatever that
Master
one is.
Chef.
It was the best.
Yeah.
Master Chef Junior. Yeah, that was the best thing I actually enjoyed because he was actually like a genuine dude. He wasn't busy yelling at people, and the kids made themselves cry, so it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Andrew, you didn't really get anything out. You got any?
I don't know. I know there's things, but for some reason I've just gotten engrossed in listening to Ben's rant, and I kind of just forgot to think of something.
Just rode with that?
I just rode
more.
Star Wars.
Did you want to talk at all about She-Hulk? Or
no, we all haven't seen it. It is what it is.
Who hasn't seen a She-Hulk?
Andrew.
I couldn't squeeze in today's episode.
Oh my God, Andrew!
The best one yet. And he hasn't watched
it's literally the only. Oh God, I'm so glad I didn't because I almost spoke the shit out of that on that rant. Did you at least watch Rings of Power?
Now we got. No, I'm behind.
Oh my God!
Dude, he's doing the show in a car. He has no TV.
Yeah, dude.
You've got a phone. Fuck your family. Watch it yourself.
We're recording till 1 a.m.
You're here to do a job.
No, I'm gonna get caught up on all of that. I'm also behind on Andor. I'm gonna get caught up on all 3 shows by next episode. But yeah, no, I mean I know some stuff that happens in the new episode, but I don't know.
You saw Tony's post?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it spoiled it for me.
I don't know. It's just funny because it's the episode that I've been waiting to see.
Oh yeah, Mr. Daredevil's in like 90% of the episodes, and it's the like second to last one.
So I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed.
Every week I'm like, where's Charlie?
I know. He literally, this was, okay, I have to say, this was the weirdest. This has been the weirdest show watching experience I've had in so long. Because, first off, before the episodes even fully dropped, he was cast in 8 episodes, 8 on IMDb, and it was said that it was confirmed. It said confirmed on it.
They lied to you.
And then we get like 3 episodes in, and I checked again, and it was updated to 5. And then it was updated to 2. So now I don't know if he's going to be in the last episode or not.
Well,
but
there's 2 more after tonight.
Yeah, so I'm just, I don't know. It's so confusing. And then on Facebook and stuff, people were sharing memes that were literal scenes from the show with Matt.
Yeah.
And them talking in the bar with lines of dialogue. I'm like, oh, I guess they finally dropped the episode. And it didn't happen. Where are you getting these?
I don't. But yeah, I won't go into it. I guess I'm the only one that watched it. But yeah, I don't understand that. I'm gonna stop listening to the internet.
Hey, bitch! I watched it too. I was watching it earlier.
Oh, I thought you. Oh no, okay, my bad. I heard you say spoiled. I thought. Never mind.
Yeah, I said I almost spoiled it for him.
Gotcha.
I don't know why. Just the fact that you stood up and I thought I heard a door open. I thought you were yelling out at Emily.
Hey, bitch!
I was like, damn, Ben. Hey, bitch. I was like, damn, okay.
Someone call the cops.
Oh my god.
Someone call.
All right. Here we go.
And now it's time for Andrew's
Jam of the Week.
It's a thing of beauty you made right there.
Ew, that left me wanting more. That's such a displeasing end of a riff.
I'll find something better then. What you got this week, Andrew?
Jam of the Week this week is by a band called Tradewind.
Oh, I think I know them.
Y'all know Tradewind, right?
Yeah.
Is it that stick to your guns soft band?
That soft band, yeah. That's that soft band. Yeah, no, it's for their EP, their debut EP, called Suffer Just to Believe.
Mm-hmm.
For people who might not know anything about Tradewind, they're a 4-piece band featuring Jesse Barnett. He's the vocalist of Stick to Your Guns. If you don't know who they are, they're a pretty prominent hardcore band.
With the heart that's pure.
Also, I didn't know this. Other members of the band have also been in Stray from the Path and Structures.
Yeah, the guitar player is the main guitar player for Stray.
Yeah, I never knew that. But the EP is 5 songs, and it was very hard for me to narrow down some standout tracks. But just listen to the whole EP. It's
it's good stuff.
But yeah, as far as their sound, they're kind of a alternative / post-hardcore sound. And it's been a while since I listened to it, and I listened to it again this week. It still holds up. I forgot how sad it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
It's some dark shit.
Is this the one with the flowers on the album cover?
No, that's the full length.
It's
the before that.
Yeah, this is before that.
It's like this girl standing or sitting in a bathtub or something.
Typical.
Yeah, and it's got their symbol on it. They just have a really cool sound because their guitars, they make this kind of brooding, dark sounds with their guitars. These kind of soundscapes with it that sound almost melancholy, and it kind of contrasts with Jesse's vocals, which I never knew he could sing before hearing this band, but he has a great voice, and he has a very airy sounding voice.
Yeah,
that I feel like complements the kind of dreary sounds that they make with the rest of the instruments. I don't know. It just works really well together. The EP itself kind of explores themes about doubt and uncertainty and loss. And yeah, it's not, if you're really listening, it's not exactly the biggest pick me up.
No.
But if you just have but if you like alternative music, It honestly, it sounds like a newer age kind of, just a modern version of the kind of thing you would hear in early 2000s alternative radio stations.
It's chill.
Yeah.
It's chill.
It to me, I always put it on when I'm night driving, pretty much. Like it's
It's
enough.
a great road trip.
Yeah, it's enough to groove at night, but also enough to keep you awake at night too. So it's pretty good balance on their stuff. I like their EP and their full length. Like I play those things to death. I don't know. I kind of lost the last 2 albums they put out. I just wasn't really feeling them. But
Yeah, it was kind of lost on me too a little bit. I feel like they kind of started being a little bit more experimental in their approach to their songs, which is great. You know, whatever. It kind of drifted outside of my taste a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
But I still love this EP from them. He's a great vocalist. Standout tracks out of the 5 songs, I picked 3. Fixed Blade, White Pipes, and Dead Leaves. But the whole EP is good.
White Pipes is a banger.
Yeah, and when I picked this, it kind of reminded me, I completely forgot that they were even on the bill, but when I was in high school, me and Tyler, the guy that ended up eventually becoming our vocalist in our band, we went to Orlando to see Stick to Your Guns, Attack Attack, and My Children, My Bride. And Attack Attack and My Children, My Bride, it was like at the peak of their popularity, and their best music that they were putting out came out right before that tour, or, you know, around then. And it was a crazy show. And Jesse, the vocalist of Tradewind, is the vocalist of Stick to Your Guns. And man, it was a 2-story venue. There's people jumping and stage diving off of the 2nd story.
Hell yeah.
There's people hate moshing. There's a guy that came in with a skateboard and hit another guy in the face with this truck with a skateboard, and his face blew open, just split the whole side of his face open. It was a wild show, and it kind of got me thinking. I was wondering if you guys had any crazy show/concert stories.
Oh
yeah, a really cool story about how freaking Furnace Fest decided to put My Children, My Bride and Counterparts on at the same time. I've never gotten to see My Children, My Bride.
Oh,
you want to hear the
no.
set? You want to hear the set? Headshot into Boris the Blade, into God of Nothing, into On the Wings Part 2, into Black Cloud, onto freaking Terra Firma, which is a song I've dreamed about throwing down to,
It's
Circle
like all
the
their best
Sky,
stuff.
and On Wings of Integrity. I'm sorry,
All
but
their
I'm
best
glad.
stuff.
But I'm glad I went to Counterparts because R.I.P. Kuma forever. Yeah, no, we're still ripping on Furnace. No, crazy show stories. Well, there was that one time that me and you saw Kubla Khan and Acacia Strain, and the dude got his face stomped in on accident, and I carried the dude out with blood all over me. Like, get him out of here.
Yeah, he had a seizure.
Yeah, all I saw was flashing lights and the song Ant Pile start, and the dude was there one flash, and then he wasn't the next. I looked down.
Yeah.
Flash, there's his face. Goes away, flash, there's blood pooling on his face. I was like, oh someone must have stepped on his face. And I literally just dragged the dude out with like 2 other people.
Yeah.
That was wild.
They rushed him outside, or back to the merch tables, and they called him an ambulance. I remember because you were on like a high, because you were dancing in the pit and everything, and all of a sudden you're helping rush this kid to the back of the venue. You come back, there's blood all over your shirt. I was like, is that yours? You're like, I don't know. But I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah. As much shit as I like to talk about going in the pit and stuff, like I will always be like a pit dad. Like, everyone have fun. No one.
You bring a whistle. Man down. Life vest.
Red flag.
I don't have like a crazy story like that, but the one story always comes back to me, and I actually mentioned the show in the last episode, was the Day to Remember Devil Wears Prada show down at Revolution. Like I said, I think it was like beginning of 12th grade or something. The Day to Remember starts. They opened up with I forget that song where everyone chants in the beginning.
Yeah.
Of course, when the music comes, everyone's just jumping and going freaking crazy. They opened up with it off Homesick. And this girl right next to me, she was this itty bitty little thing. She falls to the ground, down immediately, getting jumped on. Like, literally, like, people were landing on her ankles and stuff like that. And just me, I literally just reached down, grabbed her. She was on her stomach. So I just grab her, but coming up, I realized I'm holding her boobs, and I didn't realize that. And the bitch slaps me like I didn't just save her life by pulling her. I strategically tried doing that, trying to pull you off the ground and everything. Oh, that one just stuck with me the whole time. But
if I just wait for this little girl to fall down, I can grab her.
What she doesn't know is I tripped her.
Oh, Jesus.
That's fucked up.
Oh, man.
No, I'm going to hell for that. But no, that one always stuck with me. I was like a goody two shoes football playing kid back in the day. I thought I was doing a good thing, and she just crossed the face.
So you got assaulted by a girl at a show too. That's interesting. I also got assaulted by a girl at a show.
This isn't very PC of me, but girls in the pit are the worst.
They go.
They scratch you.
Oh yeah,
they
nails.
Nails. Yeah, and they don't throw their hands. They don't throw fists. They throw nails. And I'm like,
yeah. Girls that pit are brutal. And actually, the one that clocked me was at that same show that I already mentioned with My Children, My Bride. There was a group of hate moshers that were there, and this was their usual scene. These are the shows they went to around there, and I was standing on the edge of the pit, and she was moshing. The song ended, and you know how it is. If you're on the edge, someone comes near you, you kind of stick your arm out a little bit to kind of brace.
Yeah.
Any incoming hits, let people know you're there, whatever. She didn't like the fact that I had my arm out. The song was over for maybe 3-4 seconds, and she looked back out of the corner of her eye, looking at me out of her peripherals, and just swings as hard as she can backwards and hit me right square in the jaw. And to this day, my jaw still clicks. And
is that why?
That's why.
Oh man,
she got me good.
And you just sat there and you took it?
Dude, she was with a group of like 10 dudes that were all so massive, and I was in high school. I was scrawny.
So
her group had the guy that brought in the skateboard.
Weren't you there with your dad?
Smashing people in the face with a skateboard. And yeah, he was there. Yeah, because he took us up there because I wasn't old enough to drive.
I just remember the story of your dad.
And Tyler Norville was there.
I just remember the story of hearing about the show, and your dad's like listening to Jesse, like saying like, I forget the chants he was saying out to the crowd and everything. Your dad was just like,
he was saying, "I love you all. If I could, I would give you all like $100
like,
or
wow.
something like that."
That's what he's told me that story like 30 times. Wow, I don't like that guy.
It's better than I'm gonna get back to that section there, but he at Furnace Fest was talking about the Queen dying, and Emily's a diehard British like history nut, and he said basically along the lines, cover your ears, kids. But basically something, fuck the Queen, glad you're dead. Because stick to your guns is very like anti-establishment. Like, that is the theme. Oh, dude, she was pissed. Like I look and I'm giggling. I'm like, heck yeah, because I'm kind of I lean that way, but I'm not spoken about it. But I look to my left and Emily's just like straight faced, glaring at this guy. I was like, you need to go in the pit, babe. Just get it out. She's like, that wasn't funny. And I was like, I love you. I'm gonna give you some space. No, but that girl that turned around and clocked you, oh man, let me tell you one thing.
Here we go. Pit dad.
In my opinion, there is no gender identity in the pit. All right.
Nope.
If there's a fist in the pit, it's a fist. I don't care if it's attached to hoo-ha's or a ding dong. if you're a meat bag in the circle, you're getting hit. Okay.
It's just blurred swinging limbs. That's all it is.
Everyone's just there for a groovy time. All right. We're all dancing. Also, pro tip for all you young moshers out there, I'm pretty sure we have none because we're all old now.
No one moshes anymore.
If you ever have to get back at someone, you always make it look like it wasn't your fault.
Yes.
Okay. Pro tip.
Yeah.
Because there's some a show in Orlando a couple years ago. Couple was making out like literally in the middle of the pit.
What?
Everyone's two-stepping, everyone's dancing, and this drunk couple
who was
is
playing?
making out. Oh God, I'll get back to you on that one. I think it was a pop punk show.
There's some bands out there that make people do shit like that. I don't understand it.
It was some along the lines of like Mom Jeans or Microwave or something, but it was like they had some heavier like two-stepping parts.
Yeah.
So people were, throwing down like skanking and stuff. And I was getting annoyed because I couldn't, they were taking up space. So I just, we're all running around and oops, I didn't even swing. I just bumped. I just like kind of like body checked him. I was like, haha, fun time. We're all bouncing into each other. This dude had it out for me. And he was like running, like trying to crowd kill me, like visibly. The entire pit was all like, you good, dude? I was like, oh no, this is fun. I love playing Matador. Yeah, it's just, needless to say, almost got him arrested. It was an exciting time. I love to instigate things.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, if people are swinging, yeah, it's like, oops, you kind of make out the face shape and what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps being like a 6-foot person because you got some lanky arms. You're like, whack, and he looks around and you're like 4 feet away. He doesn't know. It's fist flying.
Happens so
Who
fast.
and ding dongs.
It's dark in here.
You don't know who.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I should also say from that same show, I forgot. Oh God, I forgot how wild this show was.
It was the time of your life.
It was this small venue. It was in a bar. It's not even there anymore. It used to be called Oasis. I don't know if you guys have ever been there.
Oh yeah, coffee shop
downtown.
Yeah.
It was near downtown. It was a bar and it had a loft.
Okay, not the one I'm thinking of then. I'm thinking Oasis in PSL.
No, it's Orlando.
Oh no. Yeah, it was in Orlando. But no, the water, they would not give people water from the bar.
Huh.
If you wanted water,
Bullshit.
you had to bring a cup and take it out of the bathroom in the
trash
sinks.
establishment.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was a trashy place. So, anyways,
I'm thinking the
Tyler's
Social.
dancing almost. Yeah. Oh yeah. Tyler's dancing almost all night. He's like dead by the last band.
His shoulder.
So he goes in there. Yeah.
Always throwing his shoulder.
So he wasn't the only one. There were several people that would go in and drink the water. And as the show's ending, we're all leaving. Fights are still breaking out in the parking lot. There's people like throwing up in the parking lot, and I'm like, oh, they must have drank too much, whatever. On the way home, by the way, we were in high school. Obviously, I already said that, but we left straight from our school to go up there to the show on a Friday.
Nice.
So we had all of our stuff. This man has to emergency grab his backpack and opens it up without taking any of his school gear out.
It's just
And
yaks.
yaks all over the place.
my
Just fills his
God.
backpack with puke.
Hey, Mr. Kruger, pull this damn car over. What the hell?
I know. There was like no warning. I heard the zipper and I'm like, what are you doing back there, Tyler? Like, I don't know. I just hear the zipper and blah! And like,
Oh my god.
everybody that drank the water out of that bathroom sink in that venue that night was puking everywhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even touched that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Better to do that in your car than in the pit.
Can you
Fair
imagine?
point there.
Everyone's slipping and sliding. Dude, slipping on beer is worse enough. I don't need no yak.
Well, Ben, I think it's time to put a little the second cookie piece on. Let's hit it with a good note for Furnace
What's the
Fest.
positive? What's the positive?
A little cookie on the Furnace Fest thing. No, before that, no. Okay, they had 3 Monster last year, and you could just grab one and take it and walk around. This year, I walk out and the woman's like, nah, you got to stay in here and drink it. I'm like, why are you policing my liquid? All right.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. And then by the second day, they didn't give 2 shits. And none of the security people gave 2 shits. Although, you know what was cool? Positive cookie, all the security dudes. All right. Security dudes at Furnace Fest. I don't know if y'all listen to stuff. Probably not. But y'all were the MVPs. All right. You know what's underrated? The freaking security guards that protect the stage divers and the crowd surfers and stuff. They're the goats of a show. And also, I got out of town for a few days, so that was cool. Yep, that's it.
It's never good when one of the good things is you were out of town. It wasn't had anything to do with the show.
I got to drive for 6 hours. That was cool.
Oh shit! Good episodes. Good episode of being back, boys. I was thinking this was going to lag a little bit, but we mustered through. So let's say we get out of here. Any last thoughts?
Mustard.
I agree.
A penny of the day doesn't pay you shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought.
Okay.
All right, y'all hear the noise.
Life
Let's get
Life changed. I'm so moved right now. Thank you for that.
Stay toodles,
Apple of
everyone.
the day. No, stop.
We're getting out of here before you get crazier.